All right. First and foremost, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Call Kadash, double honors for the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Honors and salutations to all sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in honesty, sincerity, charity, and sound doctrine. All right, and to the Akwathium and to the children that believe on the true names of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh meaning he exists. Yahweh Shai is he's the deliverer of his people. He's the deliverer because he's going to deliver us out of this captivity, man. All right, my name is Mark Allah Bungab and Yasha Allah. I'm with the Watchman Philadelphia camp, you know, and I decided, just to go live today, come out here, what I call the mountain or whatever in the park, and put this lesson together because actually where I'm standing at is an actual a plantation, an old plantation, which I did, a lesson on that a while back, and basically I got been watching the news, all these different sites and everything, and you got this guy George Soros that's heavy in the news, man. All right, and this dude is banking on the downfall of America because it's going to happen, and he's an international banker. And right now, what's in the news is that they sent pipe bombs to this guy's house, you know, which basically that's all set up throughout the government, man. You know, the the furthermore try to throw you off from what's really going on, man. All right, I'm gonna just hop right into it. It says at George Soros's home, pipe bomb was likely hand delivered. Officials say. So how you got this guy? He's a billionaire, man. You know. So how in the world can a pipe bomb just be delivered to his home, to his house, hand delivered? You know, when the scriptures say that money is a defense. You know. So this guy has all this money, all these different surveillance systems and all that set up. You know. So that's how you know this thing is being set up. The who? From the elite, man. Was that dude? He's a part of the elite. Okay. Now, all right, I'm gonna read the article, and then I got some scriptures lined up. All right, it says the billionaire philanthropist George Soros donates frequently to Democratic candidates and progressive cause. Uh, this is October 23rd, 2018. It says read our coverage of the devices sent to Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and CNN's office in New York. It says they were similar to the one sent Salakia. It says they were similar to the one sent to George Soros. It says federal authorities believe that an explosive device from Monday in a mailbox at the home of George Soros, the billionaire philanthropist who has been a focus of the right-wing varietal virtual and conspiracy theorists, was left there by someone and was not delivered by the Postal Service, several law enforcement officials say Tuesday. So, they saying that this thing was delivered to this man's house, right? And nobody saw it and nobody saw what happened, man. I find that hard to believe. And you're a billionaire, y'all got satellites in the air and all that. So guess what, y'all the same way y'all got them satellites in the air and all that so y'all can see everything, y'all can check everything out at your house, man. Because they actually have applications on your phone where you set up your alarm system and you can look on your phone to see what's going on, But so that's how you know this guy's a damn devil, man. This guy's a straight up devil. Anyway, going on. It says Mr. Soros' home is in a suburban Salakia. Mr. Soros' home is in a suburb of New York City. So this place is in a suburb of New York City, right? So dig this. If you're in a suburb, they tend to watch out for more in the suburb, especially if you're in a neighborhood like this guy. He's a billionaire, man. So you can't tell me that, George Soros, man, they delivered a pipe bomb to his house and nobody knows who did it. That's bullshit, man. All right? Like the scriptures say, never trust our enemy because it's as iron rusted shows his wickedness, man. All right? Going on, it says the device was constructed from a length of pipe See now they explaining how the pipe bomb was, right? It says the device was constructed from the length of pipe about 6 inches long, filled with explosive powder, and it was provocatively detonated by bomb squad technicians, according to one of the officials, all of whom were briefed on the investigation. The motive of the would-be bombers remain unclear. One of the officials said, adding that there had not yet been any claim of responsibility. Mr. Soros, who made his fortune in finance, Salaki. Satan always try to hop in the mix when you trying to do something, man. You know? But it says, Mr. Soros made his fortune in finance, and is now a full-time philanthropist and political activist. Is often a subject of the era of right-wing groups. Okay, in recent days, some have falsely speculated that he funded a caravan of migrants moving north in Mexico. So you got these Issacharites, you know. How the hell you think that they get into America, man? Well, coming back to America, you got Donald Trump that's building that wall and all that, right? So these Issacharites are coming back because they figure if they get to America, they cool, and that's the spirit that the Lord put on them to come back. Because why? He's going to destroy them. He's going to destroy 2/3 of our people, man. And George Soros is an elite, so he knows certain things, that's going to happen. So why do you think he's financing these things and he's trying to play the background? Just the same guy that financed Black Lives Don't Matter. I mean, Salaki. Black Lives Don't Matter. Salaki. He the same guy that financed Black Lives Matter. He put the black face on it. But he was the one behind it, pulling the strings behind the scene, man. All right? It says Mr. Soros was not when Salaki. Mr. Soros was not home when the device was delivered by a caretaker. Salaki. Mr. Soros was not home when the device was discovered by a caretaker. So of course he's not going to be home, man, because he's setting these things up, And they can further keep our people blind because look, they got a whole agenda set up, man. And now they going to claim that this is a terroristic act when they're the real terrorists. But they about to meet the king of all terrorists, which is who? Yahweh Shah, man, when he comes back, But yeah, so they setting that up. So when this whole how you say it? When it's time to go to war, they make their next move, or they're going to have another what you call it false flag. All right, they're going to have a false flag. Okay, and then this false flag is going to be major, man. That's why they just putting the pieces in order right now. When y'all niggas is so dumb sitting home still watching all these dumbass shows and all that, and not knowing what's going on around you, man. All right, it says all right, it says Mr. Soros was not home when the device was discovered by a caretaker. Another one of the officials said it was rigged with the detonator and it could have maimed or possibly killed someone had it exploded near them. A senior law enforcement official described the pipe bomb as smaller than what it was typically than what we typically see. So they saying it was a little small bomb, whatever. It says the investigation is being conducted by the New York officials of the FBI and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. According to the several of the officials, all of whom spoke on the condition of anonymity, because the investigation was ongoing. So they ain't want to. They not trying to be seen because actually these dudes really know what's going on, man. Right? They really know what's going on. It says officials from the police department in the town of Bedford, NY, initially responded to the Soros home in the hamlet of Katona at about 3:45 p.m. Monday, in response to a call from the caretaker about a suspicious package, according to the police department statement. All right, it says the Westchester County Department bomb the department's Salaki. The Westchester County Police Department bomb squad was called, as were federal and state investigators. All right, it says the caretaker went out went out to collect the mail and didn't make it back to the residence. A senior law enforcement official said. So yo, they saying the caretaker went out to collect his mail, and he took. So I guess you noticed that it was a bomb, and you went and put it in the woods and shit. Which like yo, they playing y'all, man. If you believe this bullshit, envelope that was about 8 to 10 inches wide looked suspicious. The caretaker dropped it in the woods on the way back to the residence, man. Yo, this shit is crazy. This says another official, an investigator, uh, had Salaki. It says another official said investigators had photographed the package before detonating the device. The images have been reviewed by the United States Postal Inspectors. The official said that who concluded that the markings on the envelope were likely intended to make it appear as though the package was sent through the mail, though they believe it was not. So, yo, these niggas, man, they crazy. It says the official said also interviewed the mail carrier on that route who did not recall they got the mailman involved, and they saying he don't even remember delivering this package, all right? It says two FBI joint terrorism task force squads that handle domestic terrorism causes cases were involved in the investigation. So look, now they taking it back to this guy, David D. Rockefeller. David Rockefeller, all right? When he said before 9/11, he said that they was going to create a war on terror, and nobody's going to know what it was and everything, man. Right? So now that's what they're doing again. It's history repeating itself, but they doing it even faster now. All right. It says, all right. It says one of the officials said identifying them as a unit based in the bureau's office in New York, Salaki, and nearby Rye, New York, and another in Manhattan that has several agents trained in investigating explosives. All right. It says agents were examining recordings from surveillance cameras in the area around the Soros home to determine whether they captured images of the person leaving the device in the mailbox or approaching or leaving one of the officials. Leaving one of the officials says Salaki got tongue tied. But they doing all this stuff, right? And basically they still trying to blind you, but they like I said, they got an agenda, man. So what they gonna do? They gonna do another false flag, and that's when shit gonna hit the fan, you know? Because this the year of prophecy, 2018. So like all these prophecies is happening, and the last major prophecy is what? That RFID microchip, which is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. That's what we're waiting for, you know? And all these events is leading up to that, man. Why you think they saying they sent a pipe bomb to George Soros? They sent a pipe bomb to Barack Obama, who's a straight up homo. They sent a pipe bomb to Hillary Clinton and all that. And all these people, George Soros back, man. All right. It says Mr. Soros, which matter of fact, George Soros is a Amalekite. He's a so-called Jewish dude. He's an Amalekite, man. All right. And he's also the funder of that Black Lives Matter bullshit, like I stated earlier, man. So, like, this nigga, he's trying to destroy America, all right? Which, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's going to accomplish that, all right? It says, Mr. Soros, who was born in Hungary, made his fortune running a hedge fund. He donates frequently to Democratic candidates and progressive causes, and has given at least $18 billion to his Open Society Foundation. All right, so look, I got a little information on that. The Open Foundation Society, right? That's what this is, man. All right, the Open Foundation Society promotes democracy and human rights in more than 120 countries. Recent years, organizations increased its attention on the United States, investing in programs to protect gays and lesbians and reduce abuses by police, man. So you see that right there. They invest in protecting the spirit and power Yahweh Bashim outside goes against, man. All right. So it says they also this open society promotes Salakia, his Open Society Foundation funded treatment centers during 2014 in the Ebola outbreak. All right. It says dark, and then they said that dark forces were awakened by the election, which was Donald Trump won that election. All right. So going on down, it says then after I read this, we're gonna hop into the scriptures, man. It says he became a major political donor in the United States. George W. Bush presidency, he spent millions backing John Kerry unsuccessful bid to deny Mr. Bush a second term. Was an early backer of Barack Obama. Now you see that? Now all those people that were mentioned, right? Which we mentioned in the beginning, that they all George Soros financed them, man. So he was an early backer on Barack Obama. Why? Because this all an agenda, man. It says early backer of Barack Obama's 2008 presidential campaign was what? That's over what? 9 years now? 10 years, Salakia, 10 years. It says Obama's 2008 presidential campaign and contributed. Oh man, see, Satan always gotta be around, nigga. Man, anyway, it says Obama 2008 presidential campaign and contributed more than 25 million to Hillary Clinton and other Democratic candidates and caused during the 2016 election. It says his activism has made him a villain to conservative groups and a target of any. Roseanne Barr called him a Nazi in the infamous tweet storm. So yo, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. That's live to Wab. I'm down here in McPherson, on the plantation. This is an actual plantation site, and the Spirit had me come out here to bring this lesson out. But you see Satan all behind me and all that. But anyway, it says turn the camera off. Bitches on my camera, man. But it says he said it was an extremist. It was an extremist of the Republican Party that had promoted him to become a major Democratic donor, but also said he was opposed to the extreme left. All right. He said, I don't particularly want to be a Democrat, he said. Bedford is about 50 miles north of Manhattan and has been home to many well-to-do city transplants, including Martha Stewart, Glenn Close, and Ralph Lauren. Katona, where Mr. Soros has a home, is known for its cultural offerings, including Carol Moore Center for Music and the Arts and the Couture Museum. All right. It says the town is known for its insultery and lack of gossip, which allows from well-known residents to fly under the radar. All right, so man, why you think the elitists would want to be in a place where they can fly under the radar? They can fly under the radar because they don't want to be detected. Why? Because they move in secrecy. That's matter of fact. That's the one of their major powers. All right. But now they've been exposed to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. It says Mr. Stockbridge said that the town was largely avoided drama or violent scares. I've been here for 35 years and I don't remember an incident like what you're talking about, he says. So now they talking about he's been there all that time and they don't remember no incident like this whole pipe bomb situation. Why? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're going to bring it out, man. All right? Got some scriptures here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this first, and we're gonna hop into these scriptures. It says, on September 10th, 2017, George Soros bet Jacob Rothschild's U.S. market will collapse. All right, the bet, he said $1.8 billion bet. It was a $1.8 billion bet that America's economy will collapse. All right, it says the money will not benefit George Soros if the market doesn't collapse. So if the market don't collapse, guess what? You know, he's not going to benefit out of it. First of all, you're not going to benefit out of it anyway, man. All right. It says a conflict in the Middle East, the Brexit situation, in the 2016 election. Rothschilds has cut his assets to America by pulling assets out of America. So yo, the Rothschilds, they know that this shit is about to expire, because you had what's that? Jacob Rothschild. I believe it was 5 millionaire families that America was sold to. So America is not a country, it's a corporation, man. So the economy is bound to collapse, because with any corporation, guess what? It's a collapse. Okay? So now you have what? You have Donald Trump in office, and what is he known for? The collapsing of what? Businesses. He's a horrible businessman. Look at all his casinos, man. All right, they closed down. All right, it says, here it goes. It says Soros is known for overthrowing governments for financial gain. And that's what I wanted right there, man. So let's hop into these scriptures. But it says Soros is known for overthrowing governments for financial gain. So if he banked that, and that's what he's known for. So if he banked on the American economy is going to collapse, best believe that it's going to happen, man. All right? Best believe it's going to happen. So I'm going to start with the book of Sirach. This is one of my favorites. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like iron rusteth, Salakia. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right, so yeah, so you never trust your enemy, because like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you know iron is going to rust. So that's why you're never supposed to trust in your enemies, no matter what they tell you. And who's our enemy? The so-called white man. You know, just like where I'm standing at right now. This is it's a plantation. This is a form of plantation, you know? And I believe that's why the Spirit hopped on me to come out here to this place and just do this video, man. You know, I wasn't even going to go live, but hey, everywhere Yahweh see me outside once. And another reason why I'm telling you why I brought that scripture out, to never trust your enemy, right? Because you got, what's that, man? They talking about that pipe bomb. They sent pipe bombs, and that's the same thing they told you with the Boston Marathon. You know, and they hire these actors and all that, but they only doing that to try to keep the public in unrest, man. So if the public is like, yo, man, this shit is about to happen, man, we gotta protect each other, and yeah, you know that they got the RFID microchip in effect right now, so that's gonna make people want to go get it, you know, because they're gonna tell you if you don't get this chip now they try to say they gonna be like, yo, this thing has reached the billionaires' houses now. These pipe bombs and all that. So if you don't get these chips in you, we can't track you. You're a terrorist, you know. And that's how these people gonna push it for elect, man. All right, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. So all these things that they're doing, they're just putting. It's just like a chess game, man. They're putting the pieces in play, man. All right. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 8. It's the Spirit. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. Salat. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food convenient for me. So yeah, what's the food convenient for us? These laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. These scriptures, man. I'm going to read that again, man. That's fire right there. All right, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. So yeah, what we want? What we want? We want the vanity and lies to be removed far away from us, man. What's that? These lies that Esau is telling us, man. Because we've been lied to. Matter of fact, before you came into this truth, you've been lied to your whole time, your whole life. Like I'm standing in front of this library, you know, and you probably see people going in and out, kids and all that, whatever. But they got all this knowledge, but these niggas, they still being lied to. They go to school to get with this so-called education from Esau. You know what happens? They come here and still being lied to, man. You know? That wasn't a God, man. That was a woman. But yeah, man. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Verse 9 says, least I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Or least I be poor and still in vain, man. So that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to take the Lord's name in vain. And yo, matter of fact, we bringing that scripts out is making me think about oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. But it's making me think about all these lies that they telling us. All right, everything that's around us is a lie, man. You know. And then it seems like sometimes it seems like the wicked are thriving, man. Like they really. Like they really are doing it. They really making it. But it's all a facade, man. It's all like how they say a smoke cloud. Which the Lord's going to blow that smoke cloud away, man. You know, and all they bullshit is being exposed right now. But it's going to get worse, man. All right. I hope I ain't rambling too much, man. And matter of fact, though, the riches, that whole thing about the riches, you got this guy George Soros. He's doing all this for riches, man. You know, because these Edomites really think that they're going to be in power for a long time. That's why they're doing all these things to try to upset prophecy and all that. But you can't upset the prophecies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, because they was written from the beginning. All right, and they're going to hold strong in the end, man. Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 10, starting at verse 2. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 10. It says, treasures of the wicked, Salakia, treasures of wickedness, it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, man. So these Edomites, these top elite and all that, you know, thinking that their riches is going to save their ass. It's not. First of all, it's not a day. They don't have enough money in the world. That's right, Doc. That's right. They don't have enough money in the world to buy themselves out of the damage that they cause, basically. You know, they don't have enough money in the world to save them from this ass whipping that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is about to put on them, man. You know, when they going into slavery. So they thinking that they going to take this money, but the scriptures say money is a defense, right? And wisdom is a defense also. All right. So what we out here doing, we're using wisdom. You know, and bringing down the strongholds of this society, man. All right. It says, I'm gonna start that over. This is Proverbs 10 and 2. It says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness deliver from death. So yeah, righteousness deliver from death. And what's righteousness? Coming out here teaching this Bible, man. Teaching the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Staying on top. Your current events and all that, you know. Verse 3 says, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked, man. All right. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, all right, he's not going to suffer. Salak, let me read that again, man. Verse 3 says, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish. So yeah, he's not going to suffer the soul of the righteous. What's that starting with? The elect, the 144. He's not going to suffer them to famish. Why? Because that's why you have men out here that constantly doing these videos and all that. All right, throwing up live streams, you know, throwing up videos throughout the week and all that. Why? Because that's feeding the flock. Like the scripture said, if you love me, feed the sheep, man. All right. It says, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. So what's things that these people was plotting against us, man. Their substance, all right? Because their wickedness will not go unpunished, man. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is in the mix of all this, and he's controlling both sides, man. Okay? So that's why they sending these pipe bombs, you know, and trying to keep the people blinded, man. All right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and 50. And the brother put up there, he said, Yahweh means I am. So Moses was told that name, right? He didn't go to the people and said, I am sent me, all right? He said he exists sent me, okay? To clarify that. But if you go to somebody like I am sent me, no, that doesn't make any sense, all right? But this is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. Let's read that again. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So who's walking in great pride right now? Esau, man. All right? They walking in great pride. Why? Because they got their little bomb systems and all that, the defense systems. They in control of all the money, you know. Like the scriptures say, I shall not sit a widow, man. All right? It's a lot of hell coming to America, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And you got these people walking around up and down the street and in and out this park and don't know nothing, man. You know? They don't have a clue to what's going to happen to America and to the things that the Lord has set up, man. You know, when it's plain as day, it's on the news, man. And we the Watchmen Philadelphia, so guess what? We watching. We watch Isaiah chapter 6, 62 and 6, man. You know, he set up watchmen, you know, to watch after the people, man. All right. But let me read that again. This is our 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So this is the latter time of the world, the latter time of the world, the latter time of Esau's rulership, man. That's why you're seeing all these things starting to go down, man. Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is getting ready to destroy this place, man. All right? America's on its last leg. It's like you flush the toilet and it's circling around the drain. This place is out of here, man. All right? This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 10. Okay? This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 10. It said, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 8, man. All right, it says, I have heard the reproach of Moab, which you know Moab is the so-called Chinese people, and the revilings of the children of Ammon, the Chinese, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua of hosts, the power of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. All right? It says, in every breeding of nettles and salt pits and perpetual desolation, the residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. So yeah, yo, man, that's like these Chinese people, man, nowadays, they setting up to be the next top power, man, in America. Right? You got Russia back in China. They all getting rid of the American dollar. They all dumping it. All right. So that's where you got these people now, and then now they're making their own gold, man. You know, these people are actually making their own gold, because if you own the gold, you control the currency. Matter of fact, if you control the debt, you control the currency. You know. So that's what China thinks that they're going to do. So they're thinking that they're going to be the next superpower. Guess what? Y'all going into slavery too. You know. Verse 10 says, this shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua of hosts, man. So yeah, man, they try to magnify themselves above the Lord's people, man. You know, Esau's included in that equation, man. You know, they set themselves up to be They set themselves up to try to magnify themselves above the Lord's people. You know, that's why I didn't even want to come out here and do this lesson, man. But you know, that's what you gotta do with, man. A whole bunch of distractions and a bunch of fucking niggas, man. You know. But if Esau was out here doing this lesson, I guarantee you, none of these niggas be walking next to me, man. But it's cool though, cause everybody they want their little 15 minutes of fame. But anyway, going on Obadiah chapter 1, 3 and 4. The 1, starting at verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So yeah, man, that's Esau all day, man. You know, they saying they sit in the rocks and the clefts. That's why they from Mount Seir, the Caucasus Mountains, and that's their land and all that. So why you think they build these buildings so high? Because they're used to those high altitudes, and then actually they consider themselves to be higher than any other nation on the face of the earth, when they're the base of all heathens, man, according to the Bible, man. All right, I'm gonna read that again. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So yeah, the pride of thy heart, what's that? Thy mind, man. It deceived them. Then now what you got? You got Babar. So you got this is guy Donald Trump in office right now. But yo, he's a powerful bastard. Matter of fact, he's you could say the poster boy, or the poster face for Esau right now. You know, because he red as hell. You know, and this dude, he really thinks that that America, that he's going to do all these things to these other nations, and nothing's going to happen to this nation. You know, and now that these dudes even trying to use Bible scriptures as a defense for themselves, the same way they did back in the slavery times. You know, the same way. All right, and that's pride. That's why he's slapping all these sanctions on what's that? On all these different nations and shit. Okay. All right, but going back to Obadiah, this is Obadiah chapter 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, though thou dwellest in clefts and rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in thy heart, who shall bring me down? So bring me to the ground. So yeah, yo, Esau really think they're not going to be brought down. They don't think that none of these nations is going to bring them to the ground. And that goes for Russia too. All right? That goes for Russia too, man. Because they don't think that they think that they're going to destroy America, and they still going to be rocking. No, man. We got next. Israelites, man. All right? Verse 4 says, though thou exalt thyself, Salakia, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and yo, what's Esau's his national bird, the eagle. So if you go back to the Roman Empire, their national bird was what? The eagle. You go back to the Greek Empire, what was their national bird? The eagle, man. Now what you at right now? You're in the American what you could say kingdom, so to speak. And what's their national bird? The eagle. Why? Because the eagle flies high above than all these other birds, man. You know? And Esau, that's the pride of Esau. He think that he's the highest, man. You know? Matter of fact, they think they better than Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars. So yeah, they set their nest among the stars. So what's that talking about? The space stations that they got out there, man. You know? Them satellites that they got set out there and all that, man. You know? And yo, matter of fact, you got like the elder down there in Florida, Elder Adawan, he showed a video of a chariot destroying one of their satellites. And the satellite was over North America and South America. You know? So yeah, you could take that as the angels. They saying they on their way, man. They coming back. They got us, man. It's almost time to be taken back home, man. through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because you can't keep going around in all this madness, man. You know? This madness can't keep continuing. All right, it says, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So it said, thence will he bring you down, man. So you know what? It's an old saying, what goes up must come down, man. You know? And they say, what's that in the Hollywood, the music business, the Hollywood industry and all that? They always say the same people you see on your way up is the same people you're going to see on your way down, man. You know? So the same people they stepped on us to get to the top, so to speak. But that was all through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? That was all his doing, man. You know? To let us know, like, yo, y'all better never fuck up again. And guess what? When we get into the kingdom, you know, we get our heavenly and spiritual bodies, we're not going to be prone to go off again, man. You know? He going to put the law and everything on our inward parts, man. All right? But, come on, man. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. And this what Esau think, man. All right? They really think that they're going to accomplish all that. But, yo, what the scripture just say? It said that he's going to bring them down, man. Right? The Lord said that he's going to bring them down to the ground, man. All right? So check this out. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. It reads, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, man. All right? It says while he is eating. Okay? So the Lord going to cast his fury upon who? Esau. And how, while he eating, what does that mean? While he got his plans in order. You know, they got the what? They got the RFID microchip set up. You know? They like, yo, we going, we got, that's the next move. That's the major prophecy right there anyway. And they think they're going to chip the whole world, take your money, which they already doing that now, man. But the only difference, you complain now, you still got your bank account. All you can do is complain and just don't go use that ATM. You know? Don't go use that ATM. But guess what, man? You know, once they put that chip in you and all that, and you complain about the fees and the taxes that they taking from you and all that shit, what they gonna do? Cut your fucking chip off. You know? And you won't have no more money. And you know what? They can most likely just kill you, man. You know? Let me read that again. This is Job chapter 20, verse 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. So the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to cast the fury of his wrath on him, man. And what's that mean? What's that? That's bringing destruction to him, man. You know? That's bringing destruction to Esau. Death to America, man. If I turn this camera around, you see what I'm looking at, man. It's a whole bunch. Man, these people already dead out here, man. These people already dead out here. Anyway, let me read that again. Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him. What's that talking about too? That's talking about the thermonuclear missiles. All right? That's coming to destroy America, man. Now you heard what that said while he is eating. So let's go to Job 14 and 5. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So yeah, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushua appointed the boundaries that Esau cannot pass. And his days are determined, man. So they doing all this for what, man? Shem Yahushua is going to destroy America, man. Without a shadow of a doubt. So all this that they're doing, and that matter of fact, let's go to Proverbs chapter 29 and 2. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So yeah, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And right now, you don't see nobody rejoicing, man. Everybody mourning. And I'm standing right here on the place where the people mourned a lot. And this is an actual plantation, man. And I'm going to keep reiterating this through this video. This was an actual plantation. And the people are mourning, man. And look, the people are still mourning. This place where I'm at is known as Poor Island, man. You know, this place is known as Poor Island. And guess what? It's still in those conditions. You got people sleeping on the ground and all that. You know, that's how you know, man. This place is going down. And this is like you could say Nazareth too, man. You know. Because Nazareth, it was a lot of poverty there too, man. Prostitutes and all that, man. You know? But this place is pretty much done, man. All right? Ain't nobody rejoicing or none of that. And yo, the reason why, as a matter of fact, getting back on these elites and all that, I'm going to go to Baruch chapter 3 and 17. All right? It's the book of Baruch chapter 3, verse 17. It says, they that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoard up silver and gold wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting, man. So, yo, that's Esau being a greedy bastard, man. All right? They being a greedy bastard, man. What they do, they hoard up all the gold and silver, and they keeping it to themselves. They're heaping it upon and keeping it to themselves. All right? And why they keeping it to themselves? Because men trust in money, man. Okay? Men trust in this money. But like I said before, you can't buy your way on a chariot, man. You ain't going to be able to do that. All right? You can't buy your way on no chariot, man. And you can't buy your way out of your past either, man. That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua says, man, he riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. So I'm going to read that again, man. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 17. It says, they that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoard up silver and gold wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting, man. So they made no end of their getting. So what they still trying to do? They're not happy. They want to put a RFID microchip in the people, man. You know? And why they want to do that? They claim you as property. Like if you had cattle and everything like that, they used to brand their product. They put a brand on it. And that's what the so-called white man wants to do to us, man. And how is he going to do that? By putting that RFID microchip in your right hand or in your forehead. Okay? So they made no end of their getting, man. No end of their getting. So they want all the land. They want all the money. They even want the people, man. And if they could, they would try to take y'all boss and y'all child, man. But they ain't going to be able to do that. Even though they're going to try it. They're going to be scared to death, but guess what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to put that spirit on them to do so, man. So he could destroy their ass, man. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and 1. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and right grievous and right salakia, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So when it's talking about what they have prescribed, what's that, man? That's like what you wrote down. Like if you write somebody a prescription, you writing it down. All right? So check this out. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, man. So yeah, they write grievousness. So what's that whole what you got, man? What's that shit, man? The Declaration of Independence and all that bullshit, man. You know, you got all their laws that they make. They're grievous to who? The Israelites, man. To our people. They're not grievous to their people. And guess what? Our people, you know, they want to be down with Esau so much they end up selling out. You know? But if you join hand in hand with the wicked, guess what? You're going to drink of the same cup that the wicked going to drink of, man. And you got all these different current events going on, like Apostle Elder Tahar deemed this year to be the year of prophecy, man, 2018. And the prophecies has been rolling. You know? But all these people do come in here and want to do is get high all the time, man. High out their goddamn mind. So when the Gurga troops come through there, they're going to kill a lot of these people, man. Because they already dead. You know? And this is Micah chapter 2 and starting at verse 1. And this is one of my favorites, man. This some heat. Salaki out here. All right, this is the book of Micah, chapter 2, starting at verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power, because it is in the power of their hand," man. So yeah, it says, woe to them. Let me read that again. Woe to them that devise iniquity. So the devise iniquity is devising sin, man. Because what they do, they give you George Soros and what we read about his foundation. They trying to protect the homosexuals, the lesbians, you know, giving them rights and protect them. When the scriptures tell you, man, I believe that's Leviticus 20 and 13. You're not supposed to lay with a man as a woman, man. You know. So guess what? It's destruction coming to this place, man. You got your economy about to collapse. You got another false flag about to come about, man. You know. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua not playing, man. I'm gonna read that again, man. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." So when they work evil upon their beds, what they're doing? They go to sleep at night dreaming about this shit. They go to sleep at night thinking about the concentration camps that they building for y'all niggas, man, and that they already have ready for you. They go to sleep at night dreaming about the RFID microchip and how many people they want to implant in that one day or whatever. You know? It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands." So when they wake up in the morning after they had that wicked ass dream, which Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put in their head, man, because he gives them those thoughts to do these things, they wake up in the morning, they had the money, the resource, and the power to go do those things. Why? Because it's in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's ordaining that, man. But guess what? It says, woe to him. So it's woe. Woe is destruction. All right? So they're devising all these wicked things, man. But the Lord is doing that to F them up, basically. Verse 2 says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, man. Damn. So that's talking about even a man and his heritage. They oppress, man. Start at verse 2. It says, and they covet fields, so they taking lands and all that, man. Why you think that you got these bastards over there in Saudi Arabia and all that, man? They all are over there. And matter of fact, the Battle of Jehoshaphat, that's where it's going to go down there. You know, they took the Jerusalem from us. They got their military in all these different places, man. You know? Why they got them over there? Because they trying to take over that shit. Which they already did, man. But it says, and they covered fields and take them by violence. So how was it, how did they take America? The water, man. The brother put up Amos 5 and 4, man. All right? But yeah, man, it says, I'm going to read that again. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and the houses, they take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, man. They oppress a man in his house, man. So that's like you being in your crib and you're oppressed. But we the house of what? Jacob, man. So that's our house being oppressed, man. And watch this. It says, oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, man. So what they do, they stole our identity. And you got our people walking around talking about they Puerto Ricans, you know, they African Americans. That's so, man, it says, oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, man. So, Esau want it all, man. They just not happy enough with their own shit. They got to take everybody else's. But that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Why? Because he wants to destroy their ass, man. All right? Matter of fact, let me get it, man. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to Israel by Malachi. It says, I have loved you, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and left his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right? Here we go. Verse 4 says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yah. So, the Lord hates you damn devils forever, man. Con, Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppressor maketh a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart, you know? So what Esau always trying to do, they try to give out gifts, man. You know? Sign this contract, man, buddy, and we could do this. Those are gifts, man. But guess what? The Lord said he has indignation to Esau forever, man. Forever, man. You know what that means? And then like Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18 tells you how they going to be ultimately completely wiped off the face of this planet, man, after they served 1,000 years, man. You know? Matter of fact, this is Job 13 and 4. This is the book of Job, chapter 13. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse I'm gonna start at verse 1, man. This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 1. It says, lo, mine eye have seen all this, mine ear have heard and understood it. What ye know that some do, I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with the Most High. But ye are forgers of lies, and ye are all physicians of no value, man. So yeah, Esau, you are the forger of lies and a physician of no value, man. You know? That's why y'all run around talking about this pipe bomb bullshit. Y'all go around talking about the what's that, man? These false flags and everything. All right? Because you're a forger of lies, and guess what? The next thing y'all gonna be saying is that the Yakim has something to do with this bullshit. When y'all setting up this next major 9/11, so to speak. That's like you had a war on terror. What the fuck is a war on terror, man? What is it? But you got these simps running around here acting stupid. We got to start a war on terror. The terrorists did this, the terrorists did that. They sent a pipe bomb to George Soros' house. Come on, man. Them niggas better wisen up, man. Because we almost out of here, man. Through the spirit and power, Yahweh Hashem outside, we're not ignorant to Esau's devices, man. You know? It's been, I didn't even mean to be this long, you know? But anyway, man, I hope that the scriptures that were brought out were edifying, you know? I hope that, you know, this lesson reaches who it needs to reach, man. And I hope that the Akim are edified through this lesson, all right? Khan, bro, I brought that out earlier. That's right. You know, because, Yahweh Hashem outside has set up the boundaries that he cannot pass, man. You know, Job 14:5. Matter of fact, that since the brother put that scripture up there, man, that makes me think about, I did a lesson a while back, and it was talking about, these assholes want to go to Mars and all that, you know? They want to go to Mars and everything. And they think that they're going to make it, you know? But the brother, he put that 14:5 up, that Job 14:5, man. Because Esau, you already fucked up the earth, man. You fucked the earth up. So you think, man, you think that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to allow you to go into to his house, to the mansions in his house and fuck that up? You know? Matter of fact, let's get this real quick, man. I think I bring this out every time I come out, man. But man, it's one of this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? So yeah, the earth was given to what? Esau right now in the rule. And guess what? You're doing a fucking horrible job. You know? But if I pan the camera throughout this park, you'll see how miserable these people out here living, man. You know? You'll see how miserable these people out here living, man. And that's what happens when the wicked run the earth. So guess what? This place has to be purged. For Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you know, to restore it back to its natural site, man. All right? For him to restore it back to its natural place, man. Man, with that, man, I'm going to say shalom, man.